Okay, guys, I am back. This is the crypto reviewer, and the crypto we will be reviewing today is none other than RUNE. Yes, RUNE, which is also known as ThorChain. Okay, now ThorChain is a blockchain protocol that offers cross-chain liquidity via swapping digital assets between different blockchains. ThorChain was built using the Cosmo SDK, now regarded as the internet of blockchains, which is designed to bring liquidity to the entire crypto market. Now, the ThorChain team aims to further push the boundaries of decentralized finance, which is DeFi, by building a suite of DeFi products. All right, now, one such product is the ThorChain, all right, decentralized exchange, also known as a DEX, all right, that allows anyone to trade or lend their digital assets and earn a return. Okay, now it aims to be a decentralized version of Coinbase and Binance, devoid of a third party controlling the funds. All right, now the flagship DEX, decentralized exchange on the Binance Smart Chain BSC BEP swap, uses ThorChain's ChaosNet, a multi-chain cryptocurrency exchange that facilitates cross-chain swaps across the Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and other blockchain protocols. ThorSwap is the world's first multi-chain DEX that uses the ThorChain network to provide a front-end user interface to perform trading. Okay, now the ThorChain team is developing several DEX interfaces based on the protocol. Now, the RUNE token has had an excellent performance this year and is still up more than 500% on the year. Now, in May, RUNE hit its all-time high and is currently trading around $8 after a sharp market correction over the summer. Now, price performance should continue to improve as more chains are integrated into ThorChain, because nodes will require many RUNE to be staked to bootstrap these new chains to the network. All right, now, what is ThorChain? ThorChain is the layer 1 protocol that allows users to transfer cryptocurrencies between blockchains instantly. All right, now, ThorChain plays the role of the backend for the next generation of cross-chain DEXs. It uses an automated market maker, AMM. We've been talking about that in the previous videos. Model similar to Bancor, BNT, or Uniswap, with ThorChain's native token RUNE acting as the base pair. Now, this model allows traders to earn a portion of the trading fees when they stake their assets and become liquidity providers, also known as LPs. ThorChain uses a proof of stake consensus mechanism, which means node operators earn RUNE tokens for securing the network and validating swaps. Now, RUNE is a utility token used for governance, staking, bonding, rewards, and trading, the whole nine. Staking RUNE earns users votes on governance proposals and fees from trading. All right, now, a decentralized stablecoin and a set of cross-chain DeFi protocols are also on the horizon for ThorChain. Now, the broader goal of ThorChain's team and community is to create decentralized liquidity and eliminate the need for centralized parties who can withhold access to funds or service from users. Now, ThorChain's team plans to completely hand over control of the network to its community by the summer of 2022. All right, this year. All right, brief history of ThorChain. In 2018, an anonymous team of developers founded ThorChain during a Binance hackathon. All right, now the project has about 20 self-organized developers, and many of ThorChain's resources are also created by its community. With the recent government scrutiny that the DeFi protocols have been under, it's understandable that a team may prefer anonymity. Now, team anonymity would typically cause concern for most projects, but ThorChain is highly transparent, consistently publishing development updates and treasury reports. In addition, ThorChain's code is open source and has been audited by reputable firms like Certic and Gauntlet. All right, now in 2019, the RUNE token debuted with a maximum supply of 500 million and about half of that in circulation. All right, now during its initial coin offering, also known as an ICO, in 2019, the price of RUNE was about 3 cents and hit its all-time high of just over $20 in May 2021. Now, could you imagine? All right, could you imagine investing at 3 cents? All right, and then it shoots all the way up into $20? I mean, come on. well over 1,000x, man. Delphi Digital Inc. and Z Prime Capital were early investors that allowed work to begin on the first decentralized liquidity network. Now, before ThorChain could start building its product suite, it had to wait for the launch of the Cosmos SDK. After the Cosmos launch, the project began making huge strides, releasing its first product in AMM on Binance Smart Chain called BEP Swap. Now, RUNE Vault, a vital tool for community engagement and an incentivized staking mechanism, became very successful in 2020. Now, the Asgard DEX is another ThorChain ASGAR DEX product that enables users to take or stake and swap Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Binance tokens from within their wallets. These products are achievements outside of the core ThorChain main net, which will go live in the first quarter of 2022. All right, now, the project aims to build an independent blockchain that bridges external networks and facilitates decentralized cross-chain transfer. Right now, the best place to buy RUNE is from an exchange with solid security features and low fees. Purchasing your first cryptocurrencies can be intimidating for beginners, but fortunately, several easy-to-use trading platforms make the process intuitive and convenient. Okay, now, all right, so you can join Fridays at 12 p.m. Eastern for the weekly ThorChain development update. Weekly spaces are always open to all and are recorded. All right, so the core developer C Baron 4 will answer your burning questions, hosted by familiar Cal and Chad Thoro. All right, Luna is coming. The ThorChain dev update for weeks 133 through 134. They've already had one on February 14th through February 27th. The Terra update, Thor games for Sims, roadmap, docs updates, network updates, community updates, the whole nine. Of course, the mission for ThorChain aims to decentralize cryptocurrency liquidity via a network of public Thorn nodes and ecosystem products. Access to its native and cross-chain liquidity is open to any person, product, or institution. Okay, now, the permissionless nature of the protocol gave birth to a fast-growing ecosystem. Check out some of the latest community highlights from the Thorn Noobs weekly recap. So, aiming for deterministic value. If over 80% of circulating RUNE gets locked into ThorChain liquidity pools by economic design, RUNE's market cap should be a minimum 3x the value of all non-RUNE assets locked into ThorChain liquidity pools, such as Bitcoin, ETH, BNB, VCH, Litecoin, Doge. All right, now, the more RUNE holders provide liquidity with their RUNE, the more accurate, deterministic, RUNE becomes. 59% of RUNE is locked in ThorChain liquidity pools today. Okay, ThorChain interfaces are used by liquidity providers to deposit their assets into liquidity pools in order to earn yield. So the better these interfaces do at user experience, user interface designs, marketing, etc., the higher their chances of attracting deposits into ThorChain. Now, it's important for the ThorChain community to support interfaces in order to help grow the TVL in the network. Those liquidity providers provide access to the ThorChain liquidity pools. They are compensated with swap fees and system rewards. Compensation is affected by a number of factors related to the pool and the state of the network. Liquidity providers commit capital to pools which have exposure to underlying assets. Liquidity providers gain exposure to those assets which have free float in market prices. While they are paid block rewards and liquidity fees, these are dynamic and may not be enough to cover impermanent losses which occur when price changes happen. Liquidity providers should not consider they are entitled to receive a specific quantity of their assets back when they deposit. Rather that they will receive their fair share of the pool's earnings and final asset balances. Now the compensation, liquidity providers deposit their assets in liquidity pools and earn yield in return. Now they earn tokens in RUNE and the pool's connected asset. For example, someone who has deposited in the Bitcoin/RUNE pool will receive rewards in Bitcoin and RUNE. All right, now yield is calculated for liquidity providers every block. Yield is paid out to liquidity providers when they remove assets from the pool. Now, rewards are calculated according to whether or not the block contains any swap transactions. Now, if the block contains swap transactions, then the amount of fees collected per pool sets the amount of rewards. Now, if the block doesn't contain trades, then the amount of assets in the pool determines the rewards. Okay, now block with swaps, how a block with fees splits the reward. In this example, 1,000 RUNE is being divided as rewards. Now let's say pool depth of RUNE was 1 million. The fees will be 1,000. 2 million will be 0 fees. 3 million, 2,000. All right, and 6 million of the pool depth of the RUNE, there will be 3,000 in fees. All right, now this ensures that yield is being sent to where demand is being experienced, with fees being the proxy. Since fees are proportional to slip, it means the increase in rewards ensure that pools experiencing a lot of slip are being incentivized and will attract more liquidity. Now, factors affecting yield: the ownership percentage of pool. Liquidity providers who own more, if a pool receive more of that pool's rewards. Now the swap volume. Higher swap volumes lead to higher fees. Higher fees lead to higher rewards for liquidity providers. Now size of the swaps. All right, swappers who are in a hurry to exchange assets will tend to make larger swaps. All right, larger swaps leads to what? Greater price slips and therefore higher fees. Okay, now incentive pendulum. All right, the incentive pendulum balances the amount of capital bonded in the network versus pooled. It does this by changing the amount of rewards given to node operators versus liquidity providers. All right, now sometimes rewards will be higher for liquidity providers to encourage them to deposit assets, sometimes the opposite. Now, change in asset prices. If the price of the assets change, then liquidity providers will receive more of one and less of the other. All right, this may change yield if yield is being priced in a third asset, i.e. USD. All right, now the capital on ThorChain can lose its balance over time. Sometimes there will be too much capital in liquidity pools. All right, sometimes there will be too much bonded by nodes. If there is too much capital in liquidity pools, the network is unsafe. If there is too much capital bonded by nodes, the network is inefficient. Now, if the network becomes unsafe, it increases rewards for node operators and reduces rewards for liquidity providers. All right, now, if the network becomes inefficient, it boosts rewards for liquidity providers and reduces rewards for node operators. All right, now, the balancing system states ThorChain can be in one of 5 main states: unsafe, unbonded, optimal, overbonded, or inefficient. All right, now these different states can be seen in the relationship between bonded RUNE and pooled RUNE. All right, the amount of RUNE which has been bonded by node operators and the amount which has been added to liquidity pools by liquidity providers. Now, the optimal state. If the optimal state bonded capital is roughly equal to pooled capital, bonded capital is 100% RUNE. Pooled capital have RUNE and have external assets. All right, 67% of RUNE in the system is bonded and 33% is pooled. This is the desired state. The system makes no changes to the incentives for node operators or liquidity providers. Okay, my friend. Okay, RUNE is actually down 13% right now, but not to fret. All right, it is trading at $4.92 currently. All right, this is the time to buy. This is the time to get in right now, okay, before, you know, the market floods. All right, and I would say second quarter, you know, May-ish, June, you know, this is the time that, you know, the crypto market will begin to boom. Okay, I believe that it will follow the same pattern as it did last year, as I made lots and lots of money last year. You know, just from, you know, important, efficient investments. All right, Shiba Inu. I made $10,000 on Shiba Inu. I made $10,000, over $10,000 on Dogecoin. After I made, you know, a bag off of Dogecoin, I started to, you know, spread my investments out. Made over $10,000 at on Kishu. It's just like, you know, once I get over that 10 grand bag, I take profits. I take profits, most definitely. All 1,000x. And I was just so grateful and so thankful to, you know, come up on these type of cryptocurrencies, and I still am. All right, I still am. All right, you want to be the person, you know, that's setting up the party. Okay, I mean, you know, crypto, you know, the people who are millionaires now have actually planned the party. All right, so you got people that plan the party, you got people that set up the party, you got the early comers, you know, as soon as the party starts, and then you got the late comers. All right, and then, you know, you got the end of the night where the party starts to jump. So, you know, the people, like I said, that are millionaires and billionaires now that came up off of Bitcoin and other altcoins, they have planned the party. It's time for you to set up the party, because then now we're moving into a time where there will be early comers, and you want to get in before that stage. You want to get in before the early comers get there. You want to set it up. All right, you want to put the balloons up, the designs. You want to set the tables. You know, set the table with the foods, and you know, have different names for the guests, and, you know, have your DJ ready. You know, so you just want to get in as early as possible, as, you know, fiat will be going to zero soon enough. All right, and this market will be flooded. All right, and there will be a huge wealth transfer. Okay, now if you take heed to what the crypto reviewer is actually reviewing and telling you, in no way, shape, or form am I a financial advisor. Okay, but if you do listen, then maybe you can come out on top. All right, my friend. All right, now I want you to hit the subscribe button. I want you to hit the like button. I want you to ring the bell to get the notifications. All right, I want you to make a comment so that the crypto reviewer can make a special response to you. Okay, I want you to share this video, as this video contains valuable information. Okay, I do give out daily calls. All right, 85% of the time I am right. All right, 85% of the time, these coins that I call daily will 1,000 or 100x, and you will make some returns on that money. Okay, I've made people lots and lots of money. Okay, now make an investment in yourself, for yourself. Click the Patreon link, all right, in the description. All right, and make that investment. It is not too much. All right, now this is the crypto reviewer, and I will see you on the next video.